Hey YouTube, Dan Otto here, coming back to you. We're now back into the Great League, so I'm going to go back to my team building series because that seems to be something everyone likes. This one I did actually last season, like around when I was legend ranked. So these are all legend ranked teams with Venusaur. So what I do for this series, if you're new to this channel, is I go over PVPoke just to look at the individual matchups of what you kind of need to watch out for and build around. And then I give you balanced teams. I'm basically balanced teams and unbalanced teams. Unbalanced either being ABB, ABA, triple of the same typing, and how I would use it and what you can potentially use as a bunch of Pokemon with Venusaur. So Venusaur, again, I always like doing history. Venusaur was popular a little bit early on, but not super popular because there was like in the early seasons of the Great League, there was like Altaria and Registeel and everything. So it wasn't as popular as it was back in the day. And it seems like it was made now repopular again because it was on the winning team or one of the top teams in the like the championship, world championship. It's because it has like decent play against the so you look at this and you're like, okay, why am I bringing a 17 and 23 Pokemon in, right? And you got like, so the main losses are like Ice is an obvious one and Flyer is an obvious one. And then anything that's going to resist is obviously easy to write. So Trevenant, Nidoqueen just going to be outpaced there with the Poison Fang, Poison Jab, Poison Fang. Obviously Ice, Flyers. Flyers are your main weakness. Fire. Again, just a ton of Flyers and a ton of Fire, right? Not much you can do. And then like the poisons that are going to resist the grass. And then you're going to sort of get into neutral matchups. So like Metachamp with Ice Punch, you just get like outbulked there. Toxic resist, and then you can sort of get into the neutral matchups, and then here come your wins. Galarian Stunfisk is a big one, like, and this is why it's now becoming popular again. Galarian Stunfisk is big, Lickitung is big, Scrafty, Deox, Vigoroth, Cresselia, Runerigus, Swampert is just like a super hard punish. Charm, Ninetales, which no one really runs Powder Snow, so everyone runs Charm. Diggersby, Sableye, Lantern, everyone's running now, right? So the reason you're running it is because sure, you may see some Flyers and stuff and that's the Ice and stuff, but you can build around this. You're definitely going to see a bunch of these Pokemon, right? And these are picking up big wins here because the shield pressure from Frenzy Plant is just insane. So what I did was let me talk because I forgot to put in the battles for this balanced team. So there's balanced and there's unbalanced. So for the balanced team, basically what you do is you have Pokemon that you have Venusaur on the lead, you have a safe swap, and then you have something that deals with it in the back. So I'm sorry, I should have done this earlier. So basically in this first matchup here, as you can see going on, I have Venusaur, Sableye, and Galarian Stunfisk because you have obviously Galarian Stunfisk's big weakness is ground, right? Sorry, not ground. Well, ground and water, which Venusaur will resist both. And then you have Venusaur, which is fire, and then you're weak to fire here too, but you're going to outpace with the rock and ground, so that's covering their weakness there. And Flyers, right? One of your biggest weaknesses is Flyers, so that covers it there. So Venusaur on the lead against the Lickitung, and I got off the Frenzy Plant there, and this is one of your wins because you're just like outpacing. Let me make this a bit wider here. So because Lickitung is one of your wins, you now have the option to keep Switch if you want. So I'm going to try and fight for Switch here. So here you go. So I'm either going to win Switch or I'm going to win Shield Advantage. So they give up Switch and they come in with a Fighter, which is great, right? Because you can't, like, although Venusaur is an answer to Fighter as well, it's got taken down because it was too low there. But now Sableye has a nice answer to Fire. Leaf Blade's hurt because Surface hits like a truck. But even being able to just get one foul play off here is huge because this will probably take it out. Yeah, so they have to shield and they are going to probably throw right before. That's smart. I think I may force them to double throw here. Like, I think I'm going to get outpaced here. Oh, they don't get outpaced. So I do take them down. And now I got to hope that the balanced team in the back, that there's nothing in the back. Instant swap. It is a Metachamp. So Metachamp is bad, but it's not out of the question if your shield's down. If it shields up, you're in big trouble because they can just sort of outpace you. If they only have Ice Punch here, I think you can maybe get to a second Earthquake, or they're going to have to double throw here. So they may have to double, yeah, they're going to double throw here because they have to try and take me out. I don't know if it takes me out, so if it doesn't take me out, I'm just going to throw a Rock Slide because I'm at the move. It's resisted, but this should put it low enough that I can now just Shadow Claw down. And this is the importance of a great save swap. I Shadow Claw down for the win. Another balanced team here with Lickitung and Ninetales. Again, Ninetales weak to water and ground and rock, so Venusaur can deal with most of those. I got a rock on the front here, so I will stay in this matchup. Lickitung is, again, one of the better safe swaps as well. I'm going to shield because it's going to be a flamethrower, but at this point, I'm now going to be able to probably get to 2 Frenzy Plants before they get to another move here. And this will add a bunch of shield pressure, and I can maybe take this in the 2 shield if I want to, quite honestly, too. Or I can farm down here, or I can come in and farm with the licks, or I can switch here. There's a lot of options. Let's see what I decide to do. I don't remember what I did at the time. I'm going to let this go and come in Lickitung. Yeah, that's not a bad option because Lickitung is so tanky. These licks are doing neutral, so you're just going to be loaded with energy coming out. Don't really need to worry about any move. Lickitung is extremely, extremely tanky. So just take this move, Stone Edge. Yeah, that hurts, but I'm now loaded with energy for whatever's coming in here. And it is a Tropius. Okay. Could be a Grass Hole team that they just did not get out of. And that's what I'm going to try and find out right now. Yeah, it's a Grass Hole that they didn't get out of. I figured as much. And this is why a balanced team works, right? The Venusaur, they couldn't really get out. They could have got out into the... they could have got out into the Tropius with the Venusaur. But I had that hard punished, and I've got this hard punished now, and they are done. Thank you, Kanto Ninetales, for your service. So basically, put in a safe swap and cover the flyer weakness in the back. So the second team, I can tell you right now, like you're like, what happens if you have an Altaria lead? Altaria lead is not bad because the Dragon Breaths are neutral. So I would probably Sludge and then go to Lickitung, or you can go to Lickitung right away. But I may stay in there and throw Sludge first just to try and chip it because they're unlikely to shield, and then I would go into Lickitung. And then the first one's way more balanced as a team. And then I'm going to bring up a bunch of unbalanced teams here. So unbalanced teams are either ABB style teams, ABA style teams, or triple, as you're going to see, triple poison in the back. So ABB style team, weak to fighting here with the, let's just bring out the battles, start those. Oh. So this is a weak to fighting, and sort of right here as well, you're weak to Glaring Stunfisk. So I'm going to stay in this matchup because it's not a bad matchup. I may try and catch or shield and then get out. Yeah, I may take it down to the 1 shield and then get out to try and draw out. You have to try and dry out a fighter, right? Because Metachamp or something in the back is going to hurt you here. So I'm going to probably throw this and then maybe bail into my Wall Rain. Okay, interesting. What am I doing here? Okay, double shield. Try and take this out. I was about to say, you can try and take this out. I can't really let a move hit here. This could probably just be Rock Slide, or is this Earthquake? I have not been counting. It is Earthquake. And now I'm in big trouble if there's a rock in the back, if there's a fighter in the back. And it doesn't look like there's a fighter in the back. So I got lucky in this one. I would have had an easy matchup here if I had the Venusaur in here. So if you have like the Glaring Stunfisk, I don't like how I play this, quite honestly. How I would replay this is I would throw 1 Frenzy and see what they did, and then I would maybe shield 1 move, and then I would draw out a fighter, or have to just deal with it with the Wall Ring. Because if you chip enough on the Stunfisk, then you could just kind of go straight Icicle Spear. They have a Trevenant in the back, So this is not terrible because I have an extremely bulky Bastiodon, and they're going to have to throw multiple Shadow Balls, and one Flamethrower probably takes this out. Or it's going to put it like in the red. Bastiodon obviously does not hit super strong. But does take it out. And unless they have a Hydro Pump, they are not going to take that match. The second one here, so this is perfect lead because this is exactly what I wanted to show. Like, if they have an ice, you're double weak to ice. But really, the only ice you're going to see is Walrein. There's not a ton of other ice in Great League. So I'm fine just staying in this matchup. You're going to get outpaced. I'm pretty sure you survive one. So I can take one and get another Frenzy off. I'm pretty sure I can take one. Maybe not, though. I'm double shielding here. Build up a bit. And they try and catch on a Sableye. But I'm going to throw anyways, because now I know I can just come and hard punish with Mandibuzz. I'm going to probably build up to a Frenzy and then bank it. Yeah. And then let Mandibuzz take all that energy. Sableye is obviously going to be... Sableye, Trevenant are going to be huge issues for Deox if you're going to use it. So Mandibuzz is a nice option there. I'm going to have to try and come out with two moves here. Because I know the Walrein's coming back in, so I need something to chip it here. When we're running Foul Play here. I started running Dark Pulse on Mandibuzz, and I like it much, much better. So out comes Walrein. I know that it was coming. I already have the second moved. So they shield, but that's okay. So I'm out of Frenzy. So they're going to have to throw here. Or else I'm going to get to another move. So forcing them to throw. I may just come Deox. Yeah. Just come Deox knowing that they're probably going to switch out of there anyways. Because they're going to lose CMP. And out comes a Skarmory. So that is very nice. I have a move here. Even a Brave Bird is not going to take me out. So I can just comfortably farm down here. And have a move coming out for the Walrein. So throw the move. Goodbye Walrein. Plus I had a move bank. Triple teams. The easiest triple team is the Ultra League Water, Swampert, Gyarados, and Walrein. So I tried to replicate it with a triple poison team. And this isn't a bad one because like your main sort of like... So you got a shield there because I know that was coming. So out comes the Walrein. So I'm double weak to ice. I could come... Yeah, I was about to say I could come with my own... with my Drapion here. Because that does a ton of damage. Maybe... I'm going to let it go. I'm going to call the Icicle Spear. I call the Icicle Spear and I do get off the Aqua Tail. So that's big. They may shield... Because they have a bunch of energy. So they may shield... Yeah, I figured as much. Oh, they CMP too. That seems like a waste. I don't know about that because now I can just come farm with whatever I want to farm with. Yeah, so I'm just going to come right back in, farm with Venusaur, have a shield advantage. Out comes your Mandibuzz, right? So here is your flyer weakness. But again, this is why having Venusaur as opposed to like a Trevenant is good because Trevenant I have no move to throw there. Venusaur I can still just throw that. So Deox comes back in. I know it's going to Psycho Boost me. So I just need to try and chip this as much as I can. I got shield once. You always want to shield the first one, right? Because that's going to 2 times lower their attack. I do CMP there, so good job past me. This will take it out, and now I can probably just, I assume, outpace here on the Mandibuzz. Because it looks like they're running Air Slash. So... this combo will take it pretty low. Even if they get a move off, I'm going to try and catch it. Or I was just say, even if they got a move off, I could probably get to a move here. And it's just a foul play. They tried to undercharge it, but I'm going to get to a move there because the Frenzy would have taken out from that range there. So those are how I would use sort of Venusaur. Cover your fire weakness with at least one Pokemon. Cover your flyer weakness with at least one Pokemon. You run balanced team. I like balanced teams. Like again, you can run ABB or triple or ABA style teams, but I just prefer balanced teams. Quite honestly, I just find them easier to run because you know, like you see this, bail into your safe swap. If you don't, stay in, sort of thing. That's it. So let me know if you have any other Pokemon you want me to cover. I've done a bunch. I don't even remember because we haven't had Great League for so long. I did like, I think like 10 or 12 of these already with like go. I got a playlist in the link description. Go check it out. Let me know if other Pokemon you want me to do and other ideas for this channel, because I know people are kind of getting bored with just like I've seen it in my views and my subscribers count about like just like try this team in this cup. So I know people are getting bored of that, so I want to try and do different things on this channel to keep people interested. So that's it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.